Hey guys, welcome to Jen's Lemonade Life. First of all, I know these eyebrows don't match, and this is all. I'm just having fun. I'm experimenting with color, okay? So this is for you and just fun. Anyway, I wanted to show you what I take when I go to give a makeover. I am working on my makeup artist certification. So I have to do 58 for the Senegence makeup artist certification. I still have a long way to go, but I've already kind of refined how I do things, and maybe I'll do an update as I've done a whole lot more faces if I decide that something works a little smoother. But I've done some in my house, in their house, in a public place, like just at the mall in the food court. And the biggest struggle is just taking all of your stuff somewhere else without taking a lot of stuff. So one thing that I plan to do is more of a questionnaire ahead of time, like what kind of skin do you have? I found on my last one she had dry skin, and I wasn't really prepared with like a climate control that would have really helped getting some of the anti-aging foundations versus the original. I like original, but if you do have really dry skin, the anti-aging is really good. So anyway, I'm working on doing like a questionnaire ahead of time so I know what kinds of things to bring in the terms of skincare. But as for makeup, I kind of have just my basic kit. Now you might have a really nice kit or big bag that you put everything in. I actually do it between my purse and a bag. So I have everything kind of scattered over here, and I'll just show you what I bring. So this is my cute little bag that I got on one of my recent travels, actually to Orlando, first time in Florida. So looking in the first pocket, what I've got in there, I've got my business card with a gloss sample, so that way if anyone asks, and also when they go home and they've got that gloss on there, if they decided not to buy anything, we've got some of that. I have got some little tiny slivers of Neutrogena Bar, or you can do like a soaked cotton pad of the Oops Remover or something. This was just easier, let's be honest. I'm excited that Senegence is coming out with more samples, but as of right now, no samples for this. So that way, at the end of the day, they can get their lip scents off without a huge struggle. The other thing that I have in that is just a pack of these guys. I have them in my Amazon store. I have a lot of great stuff in my Amazon store, so check it out down below. But these wands work well for mascara and also for brows. I like to use it just if you're using shadow scents, just to dip it in there, and it combs it as well as applying it. I always have these 3 bottles. Here we've got our color correcting tinted moisturizer, which is what I use most of the time. Today I am actually wearing Ivory foundation. It's my first time trying our foundation, and I love it. Like, it's not cakey, you can barely feel it. It's amazing. But color correcting tinted moisturizer and Silk Pore and Wrinkle Minimizer. It's a great primer. And then this is Witch Hazel, which I use for cleaning lips. I just like it a little bit better than water. I feel like it does a better job. I've got this baggie that I carry the clean brushes in. It's mostly empty right now because I had a couple of makeovers, went through all my brushes, but a couple, and they're just drying right now. I just cleaned them. If you are curious about like spin brush cleaners and silicone brush cleaners, I actually use a combo, and I have videos testing both of them when I first got them. So again, you can subscribe, watch my other videos. All right, next item. Speaking of bags for brushes, we also have other bags. I carry around like a quart size one for my dirty brushes, so I make sure to keep them separate. I know to wash them. I keep one bag for trash, like your applicators, your little ring holder for the color and stuff. And then I keep one just for a sanitary barrier, because once you use that brush, you take it out of the bag. If you're setting it down because you want to be able to use it again, you don't want it, like if you're in a public place or on someone's tablecloth or something, just somewhere to put that. You obviously need a good supply of the applicators. These are white on white, so kind of hard to tell, but yeah, the little applicators. So use those mostly for lips, but you can use them for other things. And actually, I found recently that I like using them with a little bit of the Foops. the face makeup remover. I'll just spritz a little on there. And that's actually, I was a bit of a hot mess trying to make my cat eyes, and a little bit of like eyeliner or mascara might get up top, and just the teeniest little rub. And these things, they're so nice with the little points. They get very detailed. So keep a healthy supply. I don't actually keep this around with me most of the time, though I guess I should now that I just gave that tip. But I'll show you what else I've got this particularly out for in just a moment. Two essential things here: little mirrors so they can see themselves at the end, and also just in case they don't feel comfortable with you putting mascara on. Some people, like me, I cannot let other people do it. I have maximum anxiety about things approaching my eyes that are not my own person. So some people, it's just more comfortable and you want a mirror. And then little ring light, just because you don't always have optimum lighting. Got me some Q-tips, again, for a little bit of cleanup, but particularly with the witch hazel, spray a little on there to clean off lips so they're all prepped for lip scents. Which, by the way, today I've got fire opal and a little bit of blackberry pre-mixed. My first time trying silver. It's kind of fun. I think it's more frosted with mauve ice instead of peak opal, but I thought I would try it. While I have close to all 50 colors plus limited edition, like I have testers of a lot of colors, but I'm not gonna lug those around. If someone comes to my house, both of us feel comfortable about them coming in for a makeover, then fine. You get to pick from all the colors. But if I'm going out, I bring like 5. So just a good representation if they want to go wild with a blue, and then like a red, more orange, more brown, more neutral. I should have, you know, like a purple, but like the last one, we did Plumeria with Praline Rose. So you can see how you can layer it or pre-mix it just to create your own custom color. My little baggie here, this zipper fits perfectly. My foundation testers. I have all of the colors that are in both original and anti-aging. I have the original, and for those that are only in anti-aging, I've got those. So all the colors, including a little pearlizer tester. I have the full-size pearlizer, and that's just, you know, it's big, it's bulky, so I made sure to bring a tester to bring around with me. It's a nice highlight. Anyway, I've got those. I can bring them and we can do not only color swatch testing, but you can get a few use out of the testers. So bring those. I've got this little container that I got at like Hobby Lobby or something. It fits perfectly in there and it holds a lot of product. So in there I have all of the blushes, most of the concealers, that's because I can't find a couple of them, and an oops remover just in case you get color outside of the lines, a tester with our black lash scents with the underscents, and then a whole slew of the shadow scents. I don't have all of the shadow scents open for testers. I either have personals or testers. There are some that I have open for both, but for now, while I am working into it, I don't have all the colors. Eventually I will need to try them all so I can try different colors and combinations, and I'll have to figure out my storage situation maybe a little bit differently then. Always got to bring a beauty demo book, so if you have any questions and you can let them take this home, this is a great opportunity to let people know that you throw parties. Hey guys, anyone watching this video, I throw parties, Facebook, in person. That's part of why I got into this, is to get to know people, and I've met so many amazing people because of this. So that way also, if people want to buy, I offer a discount when people are letting me do makeover. So if they want to buy any of the products, they fell in love with it, they can see what the prices are, even if I didn't bring stock to sell, which honestly, I probably should bring some things, but I just figure there's so many different products that I'm introducing them to that, again, that would just be a whole nother bag for all those potential products. So that's one of those things, especially if they're local enough that we can do a makeover, that I can drop them by or ship them easily without a big problem. I've got my Senegence Beauty Guide. This is an older one that they are discontinuing. They've got a new one coming out. It is not out yet, which I'm excited for because this has a lot of like recommended color combinations in colors that we just don't have anymore, both for eyes and lips. I'm trying to find you an example. Like just like Caribbean and Mystic Moss colors that I wish I could get my hands on. We don't have anymore, but it's really cool. Like I used this the other day to focus on a girl who was wearing glasses, because your eyes can be distorted and you get a bit of shadow, and it's just hard to make your eyes pop and look nice and bright and wide when you are wearing glasses. So some tips in there. So I bring it with me, especially because I'm new and I'm like, hey, how would I put blush on an oval face versus a round face, that kind of thing. That's in there. All right, we're winding down here. I've got a makeup wipe pack. They're smaller. This is kind of beastly. I actually just ran out my last makeover, so I bought some more just in case they forgot to come without makeup on, and also for cleanup. Also, I guess this applies to my last thing here. So let me get one out. I got this guy, I think just at one of the craft stores. It came with some tools in it, but you know, this makeup that we sell is meant to stay. So a little bit come off, but I give it a good pre-scrub. I love that this palette actually fits in that little cute purse. So between folks, I make sure, you know, and it's always good to have a couple and enough brushes that you can do at least a couple at a time. But I'm just going to give this a quick wipe down with a little bit of elbow grease and just a moist cloth. I've got it mostly clean, but as you can see, there are some stubborn spots, and just to help it sanitize. So I put a little spray nozzle on here. So glad I did that, but you got to shake it up. And I do just a couple of spritzes in here, and that will give it the final clean. You can give it a little soap and water, dry it off. But this stuff works like magic. Like, you don't have to scrub a ton, but I like to, you know, get off as much as I can to begin with, so you're not just wasting it. There you go, beautifully cleaned. Just gonna do a little soap and water, dry it off. It's all good to go. And lots of product on here. Lovely. Hey guys, it's the next night, and I realized as I was editing and getting ready for bed and everything that I did miss a couple things on my list. So real quick to add on, I have not been doing this, but I am going to now make sure to bring a tinted lip gloss, just because if they don't feel comfortable, if they have super dry lips, if they have allergies or something, then if they don't want to do lip scents, you want to be able to do something to give them a little pop of color. Also make sure to have your planner available in case they want to book a party, if you need to mail them samples that you might not have brought or an order, and a pen, and your sign-off sheet, which I forgot the last time, so now we have to coordinate that to get my model to sign it. So always, always, always triple check that you have that. Also, there are Senegence like forms. I haven't bought them. I might just make my own, but just like a piece of paper that you can jot down what products you use, so that way when they realize that they love it, they know what to order later. And last but not least, bring in your little square reader or whatever you use to be able to take payment, just in case they do want to pre-order anything that you might have on hand. That is what all I include in my makeover bag, or bags I should say. If you guys do something different, maybe more convenient, let me know. So far I haven't been steered wrong. I think the only thing is just that I didn't have any climate control. Maybe I'll bring the little sample packs so I don't have to bring the huge bottle. That would have been really helpful for the last time I did a makeover and we had some dry skin problem, because you want it to be able to lay nice on the foundation, and that can be tricky even with the silk. So you got to kind of work with what you've got. I make sure at the beginning of a makeover, if they have dry lips, to put a little lip balm on just a tester wand, let that soak in while you're doing everything else, so that their lips are healthier, so it takes to the lip sense better and more comfortably. So I mean, those are my tips. Again, I am still pretty dang new at the makeover part of this. I'm still learning. Thank you so much for joining me here on Jen's Lemonade Life, where we make some tasty drink out of the sour things that life gives us. So I hope to see you next time. Hit that subscribe. Feel free to share with your other gals and do your thing. Love life. Live life bold.